It's time to go drag racing. We're having a great time here at Durana Dragway in Milan, Michigan. You're watching the IHRA Outlaw Nitro Series. Ken Stout, Tommy Johnson Jr. sitting right alongside. Can't wait to get this one started. We're going to feature the alcohol classes here today. Of course, alcohol funny car and top alcohol dragster. Both classes have provided us with some really exciting runs. And as we focus in on the funny car category, Phil Les came up just a little bit short at Columbus, but he'll have a shot at it here.
Yeah, he won the Ironman. He got runner-up in Columbus. Coming here, car's running really well in qualifying. #1 qualifier. He wants that Ironman. I raced alcohol funny car at this racetrack in 1986. Seems like forever ago. So I'm looking forward to a great class of alcohol cars today.
You made it to the semifinals, right?
Yeah, Fred Mandolini got beat by Fred Mandolini, and unfortunately we lost Fred this week to death, and we just letting his family know we're thinking about him.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll miss him. What a great drag racer. Let's talk about top alcohol dragster. We'll have a chance to make some history here. Once again, the Myers sisters are in the house. We'll see if they square up and match somewhere along the way. With that said, we had a great battle for that #1 qualifying spot.
Yeah, they're not the only two here. Will Smith comes out and goes to #1 spot, only to have Rachel come out and knock him back to #2, which is okay because her sister Megan is #3, so that means they can't meet till the final.
So, yeah, great stuff. So, Will Smith came out, threw down that first pass, a 23 with a 4. I believe that was 1,000th off the ET record at the time. Then, as you mentioned, Rachel comes out, and she puts a 23 with a 0 on the board and goes underneath the record. So it was tit for tat right off the bat, man. They're ready to go.
Absolutely. And she come back and back that up with a 25. So her car is going to be tough today.
Yeah, that was in both lanes, right?
Yes.
Yeah, great point. So, yeah, some alcohol racing coming your way. Sit back. Let's go. Jeff Chatterson's going to pull up here as we bring out the top alcohol dragster category to kick things off. He'll line up alongside Rich McPhillips Jr. And of course, 2 weeks ago it was Mike Coughlin inside of the McPhillips car. Junior knocking the dust off here.
Yeah, I went over and talked to him earlier this morning. I said, how long has it been since you been in the car? He says, I actually did a match race earlier this year, so it hasn't been that long. But he said in 2021, he won a bunch of races. He drove a bunch in 2021. He goes, sporadically since then, but when you got it, you got it. He seems to have it. #4 and 5 qualifier, you're going to go first. #1 qualifier gets to pick which pair they go, so on down the list. #4 and 5, you get told what pair you're going to be.
Jeff Chatterson, family effort here. Ryan and Janet also helping out here on that car. Engine builder, in-house, Chatterson machine and tool. Top bulbs on, here we go. First pair, round of eliminations. Both cars rattling the tire early on, but they drive down through there and they get it done. 5:33 with an 8 will be the better of the two for Rich McPhillips to take the win here to a 5:46. How about an 0:29 light for Rich McPhillips getting it done? With that said, Chatterson not far behind with an 0:41.
Yeah, absolutely. The #4 and 5 qualifiers coming out here and showing the rest of the field how it's going to be done today. Great lights and a side-by-side, 5:33 to a 5:46. Nice side-by-side pass for the first pair out. Shows you, you saw tire shake for Chatterson there in the left hand, or no, it's McPhillips in the left hand lane. So even though the tire shake, it still went out there with a 5:33.
Yeah, and you were very well aware of what happens there. I mean, I'm sure they're going to get some. Sometimes you just feel like you can drive through it. Sometimes you just like it's over.
Yeah, that was the key right there. Do you lift? Do you pedal it? Or you just try to drive through it? Looks like he just drove through it. And
race day, you you at least give it a shot, right?
Whatever it takes to get there first.
Megan Lingner-Meyer coming up here next, and John Osherman will be alongside. We have to say this for John. Tough weekend for John, racing this weekend in memory of his father, Wayne, who passed away just last Wednesday on the 23rd. So tough weekend for the Oshermans. Megan with the gunk-backed machine will line up in the near lane, or left lane as it is to us here, but watching at home would be the near lane. And of course, a couple of A-Fuel injected cars here with John Osherman lined up in the far lane. You rest in peace, Dad, on the side of the car as well. So yeah, so tough weekend. I'm sure this is what Dad would want, for them to carry on and keep racing.
Yeah, racing family, that's what you do. You know, he's wanting to go out here and turn on the wind light for his dad, and Megan in the other lane, she has different ideas. She was really the favorite in Columbus and went out in the semifinals, so she's trying to get a little revenge for that weekend.
Megan, #1 qualifier at Columbus. See if she can step it up here. Tough race alongside. Incredible light out of Osherman. How about a 006 light, but not enough steam to hang with Megan. Great job, 530 with a 2. Her light 091, but put the numbers on the board.
He gave it everything he had. I mean, when they left the start line, I thought, oh boy, she might be in trouble. A 006, he was ready to go. Man, that was good. And that's 006 in an injected nitro car. It's not easy. I mean, he was pumped up and ready to win. Just not enough with a 530.
The Nitro Queen Bee. Nickname there for Megan. Great job. So she'll go into round #2.
Well, we won't know who she's going to run yet. Next pair with Will Smith and Hindenburger coming up. We'll find out who they're going to run.
Supercharged version here in Top Alcohol Dragster. Actually running alcohol in the far lane. That's going to be Eric Hindenburger. Will Smith, as we talked about him at the top of the show, will be in the near lane. And Will came out here and threw a number on the board right off the bat.
Yeah, I mean, Will jumping in cars, you know, top fuel dragsters, A-Fuel cars, doesn't matter. He wants to just go drag racing. Come out here, got the Samsel car this weekend. The Samsels, they do also rent their seat out, and very good running car. And he jumps in the seat, goes out, goes #1 right away. Ended up #2. Rachel Meyer coming in around him there at the end, but nice looking pass. They had an issue on the second qualifying run and didn't get him make it, so I didn't really hear what happened. I saw him push the car off the starting line, so we see if he can repeat that number from yesterday.
At the time, the record was a 5:23 with a 3. He went a 5:23 with a 4. Top bulbs on, we're ready here. Hindenburger, unfortunately, with issues right at the very beginning. And how about that? We will lower the ET record here again. 5:21 with a 1. Beautiful job. 054 light for Will Smith. Said he had some more in the tank. They felt really good about it. In fact, was surprised it ran as good as it did yesterday. He said it was easy, and certainly they had some left.
Yeah, I just said we'll have to see what he can come out here and can repeat what he did the first qualifying session. No, he's not going to. He's going to better it. He's going to go even better than what he did the first session.
Both Myers cars are going to have a tough run in the semifinals, exactly what you would expect. As we talked about their father a number of times as well. So talented behind the wheel himself. Randy Meyer actually going to 2 IHRA finals. So Dad has been in the finals going back to 1994 and 1995 as a driver in Top Fuel. Unfortunately lost both rounds to Doug Herbert. And how about over 100 event wins? So seasoned veteran in that guy.
This will actually be like a test run for them. We watched Megan go out there already, run a 5:30. Rachel, #1 qualifier, And like they said, they're going to use this as a test. They're going to try a couple things. Not maybe change a whole bunch, but they're going to. Nobody ever brings it back up here and never changes anything. They're going to change something.
2021 regional and world champ, also 2020 regional champ. Got her loaded up. And a charge to the stripe, and we're going to better it again. How about a 518 with a 3.094 light? Might have to sharpen that one up in the semifinal round, but that is quite an effort out of that team. 275.90 miles per hour.
We're seeing some really good runs in the Outlaw Dragster category. 518 with a 3. Have lane choice over Rich McPhillips Jr. I mean, we've got a 521, a 518, a 530, and a 533. That's going to be a great semifinal round.
Okay, we have plenty more great racing action coming your way. Stay with us. We'll be right back here at Durana Dragway. Welcome back to Milan, Michigan. We're here at Durana Dragway with the IHRA. Let's go racing. Rachel Meyer and Rich McPhillips. What a great battle here. Rachel qualifying in the #1 slot. Round #1, put a 518 on the board. Stands as a current ET record. We've seen that thing fall a couple of times here this weekend. On the other side, Rich McPhillips Jr. knocking the rust off, but doing a nice job. 533 on the board. They weren't happy with that run.
Yeah, they've been doing a little experimenting this weekend, but I have a feeling that experimenting's out the window. The Meyer team and the McPhillips team, they go head-to-head a lot. And these two teams have their own little rivalry going, and I think all the experimenting's out the window. Let's put a good tune-up in it and see if we can go out here and beat Rachel.
Big battle right here to get to the final round. McPhillips was ready to go. An 046 light. He's going to take the win as well on a hole shot. 531 to a 526. Margin of victory, 11 thousandths of a second.
Yeah, when they left the starting line, you could see here, huge advantage for Rich McPhillips Jr. 046 to a 109. And she just could not get back around him. Even though she ran 500ths quicker than he did, just could not get around him. And Rich taking the victory by 11 thousandths of a second. Great job of that team. And 531, a little quicker than last round, but she slowed down from last round. That's made the difference.
McPhillips just a tick better than what he was in round 1 with that 533. He's been good on the bulb, though. 0.29 in round 1, 0.46 here. And that one, of course, winning the race. She missed it just a bit at the hit. That'll bring up Will Smith and Megan Lingner-Meyer. Will Smith's had a hot rod all weekend as well. Noonan on the side of Will Smith's car there in the near lane. Gunk obviously on the side of Megan's car as a couple of great competitors. This should be, two powerhouse cars again ready to go.
Yeah, Will Smith coming in here with lane choice, 521 first round. And Megan, no slouch, 530. Pretty similar to the pair we saw before with the performance advantages. Both drivers with lane choice taking the left.
Yeah, first hit down the track for Will Smith, put a 23 with a 4 on the board. Came out better at that mark, and only to watch Rachel come out and better it again. So they've been at it the entire time. And unfortunately for Megan, she hits the tire. 0.22 life for Will Smith. 5.23 with a 5. That car has been consistently fast. He's going to be a handful in the final round.
Yeah, he is. Right from the get-go, first pass out, that car's been running really well. The Samsel's giving Will a great car to drive. They left the start line about, whoa, we got it again. Big, huge starting line advantage, 0.22 to an 0.80, and her car coming loose right after that.
.523 with a 4. First one out of the box. 5.23 with a 5 here. They definitely have this thing in a window that they're happy with.
Rich McPhillips, you will advance to the final. Your dad pulling up saying, my son got the whole shot.
Yeah, that's a rarity. I'm usually better outside the car than in it. This weekend, I've been seeing the tree pretty good. I think they're a little tight, so it's helping me out. And the Meyer team, we knew we had to be on our game. We're still trying to get some more performance out of this thing. We think we're making big moves, but it's kind of just creeping up on it. We got to make some wholesale changes. I don't know what Will ran, but it's good to be in a final, and I love this IHRA deal. It's real smooth. It's just fun to be here. I got to thank Lucas Oil, NGK, Bonifant, ARP, all the people that help us get here and help pay the bills. Thank you.
Will ran a 5.23 with a 5. Anything you'll be doing back in the pits?
But I'll have to hit the practice tree a little more because Will's really good, and we'll just keep tuning on it. At this point, we have nothing to lose. Just hammer down and see if I can do my job and get a little more.
Jamie Noonan, typically the driver, but it's Will Smith behind the wheel. Will Smith typically a crew on the car when not driving.
Will comes in here with a big performance advantage over Rich, and I don't think I'd count him out, though. He's pretty tricky. The McPhillips family, this car has won a lot of races. We saw it in the final round at Columbus, just with a different driver. So if not for carrying the front end in the final, they were taking home the trophy there. So this is going to be a tough race.
Phillips hits the tire right off the bat. That's going to let Will Smith send it to the other end under power. 539 will get the win, 269 miles per hour. Congratulations to Will Smith.
Yeah, Will was ready. 0.15 light.
Yes, he was. 0.43, I mean, not bad for Rich at all, but 0.15 is on it.
Yeah, and they said earlier that they just couldn't get that car to leave this new combination and probably pushed it a little further than they should have with these hot conditions and blew the tires off. But even Will sounded like he had to pedal it out there in the middle of the racetrack. Be interesting to see on the replay here. Rich's car just come loose right away. You can see a little chatter there. Doesn't appear to see anything as it goes down track, but you could hear him pedal the car at some point on the racetrack out there. Just a little bitty rattle there. Quick slap, away it went.
Congratulations, job well done. Top Alcohol Dragster, $7,500 to the winner. And excited, rightfully so. Get all the gear off. Yeah, great job, great driving job for sure.
Yeah, he was on the tree all weekend.
Jamie's in trouble.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what you like to see right there. That's pretty cool stuff.
Out here waiting to present him with his trophy. He's saying hi to everyone from the IHRA here to congratulate him. Will, prior to that run in the semis, you were kind of unsure of where you'd come in because you had mentioned all of your competitors being so good here today. How'd you get it done?
I told you, don't count these Samsel boys out. A lot of hard work. It's first national event win for me, and gosh, I've driven this car twice, and we've won both races, and they just gave me a great car, and Noonan Power, Trick Titanium, NGK, everyone that helps us out. It's great. I got to take a second and just tell everyone, all the kids out there, and people no matter what your age are, don't give up on your dreams. I've been chasing this thing for a long time, and I've got good people behind me to help me, and never give up on your dreams.
We've got a lot of racing still to go. You don't want to go anywhere. Stick with us. We'll be right back. You're watching the IHRA Outlaw Nitro Series. We're here at Durana Dragway. Let's go. Tony Bogolo going to his 9th final. Currently has 5 wins. If he could win this one, would tie Paul Noakes at 6 career wins. However, it took Paul Noakes 12 finals to get those 6 wins. So would be able to accomplish that a little bit quicker. However, Phil Ez might have something to say about that.
Yeah, Phil's car's been running really well. You know, 5:55 in qualifying here and to the final round in Columbus a couple weeks ago and ran really well there. So you have to think he's probably the favorite in this final round, but as we've seen already, favorite doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, in qualifying, it was 5:54 for Phil Ez. Tony Bogolo put a 5:66 on the board. It wasn't like he was way behind. Speed's almost identical. Tony Bogolo's first career win with the IHRA going back to Atco, New Jersey, 1993. Last one in San Antonio, 2003. Wow, big RPMs there.
Yeah, Tony getting after it in the burnout there. Phil's car's not backing up. He's been sitting there a little while. He's having trouble getting in reverse. Oh, the drone pushing him back there. That's what picked it. Yeah, that's a great shot. Maybe he was watching the drone. Oh, yeah, I got to go reverse. Let's go. Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah,
great
not
shot.
the big crew that you typically see with Fuel Funny Car, of course. They would have been out there immediately. Expect this one to back up. One of the IHRA crew members was going to go out there and help him, try to rock that thing and find reverse. Checking the wheelie bar here. So it'll be Phil Ez in the far lane. Near lane will be Tony Bogolo. Bogolo looking for his 6th career win with time for 11th all-time, as we talked about with Paul Noakes. On the other side, Phil Ez, runner-up in Columbus, looking for his first IHRA win. Final in top alcohol funny car. Bogolo with the better of the 2 lights. Who's going to get to the stripe first? It's going to be Phil Ez, who runs back around him. A great battle down through there, of course. 0:44 light for Tony Bogolo and 0:61 for Ez. Had to get after it. Ez with a better 60-foot time puts a 5:51 on the board at 261 miles per hour and grabs his first IHRA Ironman. Dead on to a 1,000th. But that guy's got to be ecstatic. Phil Ez grabbing his first IHRA win. Trying to get that helmet. Can't get that helmet off fast enough when you win one of those.
Phil Ez with your first ever Ironman here in Michigan. Congratulations. Katie, thank you so much. Phil,
all right.
What does it feel like to hold one of these guys?
I'm sorry?
What does it feel like to hold one of these guys?
I've never held one before. It's kind of cool. Kind of like a Wally, kind of, sort of, but this is even better, I think. Who knows? I like it.
Take me through your run.
Well, we just tried to make A to B, you know what I'm saying? I tried to do my job. That's what I had to do today, and we got it done, you know what I'm saying? Les Davenport's helped me a little bit. Todd Tutter's helped me a little bit here this weekend. I mean, Jerry's done a good job. TJ and Jason, Kelly, everybody's doing a good job. You know, we got a lot of good people helping us, you know, Murph McKinney, John Davis. I mean, we have so much help. I'm surrounded by just great people, and that makes us do well.
Well, lift it up, enjoy the moment. You are now an Ironman winner.
All right, thank you. Yes.
Ryan Peary out of that same Jay Turner camp. Chris Smith alongside.
Number 3 and 4 qualifier, 551, 554. So a nice tight pair here to start off Top Fuel Harley.
Ryan Peary putting one together. Goes 557 with a 9, 194 miles per hour. A pair of 049 lights.
Yeah, they were both on the tree.
Let's watch it again.
Man, look at that thing. What an animal. Picks front end up, flames coming out of it.
Buddy Johnson in the near lane. Don Johnson, chassis builder, PRP engine builder, 175 cubic inches. Crew chief, Ryan Peary, who we just saw go down through there. Cackle of that nitro, it is incredible. Riding that thing, had to bring it back over into the center lane, dumps the laundry at the other end to get it slowed down. Goes 203. How about a 539? Beautiful job there. Low ET of the event.
Yeah, absolutely. Great run. Neither of them is going to win a award for the reaction times, but man, that thing left, picks the front end. Look at that fight, that thing. I love how he rides, hanging that leg out there. Got a little bow, it's got a rudder guiding him down through there. 539, low ET of the meet.
Last pair in Top Fuel Harley. It's going to feature John Toth and Jay Turner. Both of them out of the same camp here. In fact, Jay Turner, crew chief on JT's bike. Weekend frame. Rex Harris, Frank Smith, and Little Man Toth also helping out. Turner, your number 1 qualifier, trying to get it down through to the stripe. We'll see if we can make it happen. 547, 198 miles per hour. That is enough to grab the win. An 051 light. 052 for JT right alongside. Just did not have the steam to hang with Turner.
Yeah, both the bikes almost dead even on the starting line, but Jay Turner just a little more steam in the middle of the race course, and 547. Just a little slower than his qualifying time, so you know, not often that you see Jay Turner having to come from behind now, but 539, he's going to have to play some catch-up.
We're going to take a quick break here. We've got a lot of drag racing yet to cover, so stay with us. It's the second stop of the 2025 IHRA Tour, and it brings us to Durana Dragway. Let's go racing. Pull before flight. Pull that pin out for the chute so it is functionable for Jordan Peterson in the far lane. In the near lane will be the very tough Ryan Peary.
It's interesting watching the rider there adjusting the idle himself. You know, opening the air bleed up a little bit there and adjusting the idle himself, because in the Top Fuel cars and the funny cars, they're doing the same thing, but it's crew chief doing it for you.
Peary's going to have to find some performance. Top bulbs on. Here we go. Top Fuel Harley. Both bikes load them up. Front end's up in the air. Great drag race. And the edge is going to go to Peterson. 544 to a 556. Reaction times almost identical, just different by 0.04 of a second. The better of the two going to Ryan Peary with an 055, but Peterson had enough steam to drive back around him with his 059 reaction time. They had a good setup, and we watched them knock cylinders at it, and it seems like when the track has been really good, and air a little bit better. They struggle a bit, but man, they both found the setup today. Look at the front ends up in the air. How cool is that?
Yeah, that's really high.
It looked like Peary got out of it. Maybe was going over towards the center line a little bit. That front end way up in the air. Probably not much steering it, even with a lot of body English at that point. So out of the throttle, save it for another day. Peterson goes across the stripe to grab the win first. Here comes the champ, 11-time champ. One of the best to ever get on the back of one of these. We were in here just chatting a little bit, Dave and I, last night, talking about some of the greats. Bill Furr, Romine is out there as well here with this gang. But going back, talking about Johnny Mancuso, a multi-time champ that ran with the IHRA. Doug Vansel, of course, came out here, a vicious competitor for Jay Turner all along the way. Just some incredible riders that we've seen out here with the IHRA in this category. Well, I thought it loaded up and was gonna head to the stripe under full steam, but lost a hole right away. So he's gonna have to go to work on that one because Peterson has been on his game.
Yeah, Peterson's bike can run really well. 539, 544.
Out there on that run, you guys were so evenly keeled. How do you find the advantage?
It was a little bit of, Mike Romine's tuning the bike. He had a spot on tune. It got out 60 foot, ran out of the tire, and was worried he was going to drop a hole, come out of it. Saw Ryan disappear, and that was that, I guess.
You have been so good all weekend, having qualified second. Where can you improve, though?
Well, the trick is right now with the track, with the sun being out, is taking enough out of it, make sure you get down the racetrack, and Mike's doing a great job doing that. So
here we go. Top Fuel Harley, the final round, $7,500 on the line. Jay Turner, Jordan Peterson. Peterson was working it right off the bat, as was Turner. Turner did get ahead of him. He's going to hang on. Both of them struggling to find the finish line under power, but they were not letting up. 061 light. Turner was chasing Peterson at the starting line, who put an 039 light up on the board. But he was able to keep chugging down through there, and it will be Turner who will turn on the win light. 636 at 130, a pedestrian 134 miles an hour, but well fought for.
Yeah, both of them putting cylinders out, but it was Turner who put it out last and had just enough momentum to stay ahead and take the victory. But yeah, there we go. An ugly win, but sure is pretty.
It still counts. Look at the body English, both of those guys.
Oh, you could see right there when they put the cylinder out, drop that front nose. At this point, they're leaning forward, doing everything they can to be the first one there.
Pedaling.
Jay Turner taking the win here in Top Fuel Harley, one of the coolest classes in the IHRA on a day where bikes and handling are so important out there. What was going through your mind off the start?
Well, it was ugly. It didn't want to idle, didn't want to run, and something stuck in the clutch just before the tree was coming on. I thought it was going to pull me through, but it left pretty good and dropped a hole. I think it spun a little bit, but it's, I've lost pretty a whole lot. So winning ugly ain't too bad.
I like that quote. Lost pretty a whole lot, but winning ugly ain't too bad. Jay, enjoy this one. You're taking home an Ironman.
Stick with us here. We've got a lot of racing yet to cover, and you don't want to miss any of it. We'll be right back to Durana Dragway with the IHRA. Welcome back to Durana Dragway with the IHRA. Tim Molnar coming up here first. Number one qualifier, put a 373 on the board.
Ricky Smith tuning this car, and just like Frankie Taylor, you said give him a freebie, and that guy's going to be tough. You're giving Ricky Smith and Tim Molnar a freebie, that's going to be a hard to beat.
Another Jerry Bickle car here out of Seville, Ohio. Ricky Smith helping him out. PDRA Elite Top Sportsman Champ 2021. Sets it down, pulling the levers, does a nice job. 0-14 light, 371 with a 3. Ran a 373 with a 1 in qualifying, so steps it up nicely. Next up, Keith Jackson and Jackie Sloan Jr. I only see Jackie Sloan.
Yeah, I see the door shut. Let's, well, the driver's door looks like it might still be open, so maybe some issues.
Previous record in the category set back at Columbus, 374. We saw the 373 set by Tim Molnar and qualifying. Now a 371 with a 3, so lowers that ET record. Beautiful job there. Also mile per hour record as well. Tony Wilson set that. Molnar got close, but not quite.
Jackson not going to make the call, it doesn't look like. Yeah, that
right there in the hunt.
That wasn't a smooth pass either with a 373, but sounded like he pedaled out. You can see the rattle of the tire a little bit and almost sound like he pedaled it once and was able to save it. Still a 373.
Up next, Tony Wilson and Ed Wilson. Tony setting the mile per hour record one night ago.
Tony Wilson, runner-up in Columbus just 2 weeks ago, so looking to go one better this race.
Had the mile per hour record at Columbus as well at 203.03, went 203.80 in qualifying. That's where it currently stands. Towards the nitrous going on here. Eddie with that beautiful 41 Willys.
Eat more beef. I like beef.
Absolutely. We had some pretty good beef here last night for dinner, in fact. Thanks to the crew.
My imagination, that nitro purges look bigger today.
Number 3 qualifier in the near lane. Number 6 qualifier in the far lane. Top bulb on for Tony. And problems, unfortunately, for Ed. Has to get out of that one early. 374 with a 7. 007 light for Tony Wilson. 203.71, so right there with that record mile per hour pass that he had a night ago at 203.8.
Yeah, this car's been really consistent. Nice, good looking run. Just a little bit of rattle in the tires, but right on down through there, 374.
Some of these cars are just absolutely incredible. Huge cubic inches, in excess of 940 cubic inches in some cases. And I think we saw one near 1,000.
998.
Yeah.
Rounded her up to 1,000.
6 stages of nitrous. John Vergatz will line up in the far lane out of Erie, Pennsylvania. Jim Widener with that beautiful Corvette out of Batesville, Indiana.
Vergatz 373 in qualifying, but Widener, he had trouble and got pushed off on the starting line in his second qualifying run. He had issues on the first one, so it's kind of unknown yet. Only one run attempt at this track so far.
Yeah, the previous record, 374, was set by Jim Widener at Columbus, so we know we can get that thing down through there and put a number on the board. Widener looking to make it happen as he charges for the stripe. How about an 012 light, an 034 for Gods? I mean, right there with him, and actually a little bit better 60-foot time as he was trying to chase him down, but did not have enough steam at the other end. 372 with a 9 will be enough for Widener to go to round number 2.
That is what we're looking for. We want a close side-by-side drag race. Well, you got it. 372, 9 with a 373.4, 012 light to an 030 light. Doesn't get any better than that.
We've got a lot of racing still to go. You don't want to go anywhere. Stick with us. We'll be right back. You're watching the IHRA Outlaw Nitro Series. We're here at Durana Dragway. Let's go. $20,000 to win in this category.
Yeah, these guys ran yesterday, haven't been back out yet today, but boy, what a show they put on. We had a 371, a 373, a 372, and a 374. You can't ask for any tighter competition than that.
Yeah, I had records fall here in this category as well. Tim Molnar with a 371. Current ET record, Tony Wilson, who we see in the far lane right now with the mile-per-hour record at 203.8. Reestablishing his previous set record at Columbus. Widener in the near lane. Widener headed over towards the center line, tries to stay in the throttle, see if he can keep it alive, and just misses it. Reaction times identical on both sides. 0-1-0-0 to the fourth digit, identical. A great drag race, but it's Tony Wilson who's able to stay in the throttle, puts a 376 on the board at 203 and gets the win here. The other side, 378 at 201. But I'll tell you what, Widener was driving that thing.
Yeah, he was. You see this replay. This car moving over to the center line, staying in the throttle, being gentle, trying to get it to come back. You can see it make a move right there off the starting line. Wheels in the air. No wonder it's going over. You can't steer it. Puts it down and just be real gentle with it. Stayed in the throttle. Great, great side-by-side drag race.
You told me a moment ago 3 weeks of this. Not only did you guys race in Ohio, but you tested last weekend. Is this car where it needs to be?
I think so. I think we're proving that every run we go down the racetrack, whether it be hot conditions, overcast, we are making good runs. So 2 finals in a row with IHRA. We won the first one in Columbus and hoping to repeat here.
Looking to go back-to-back, guys.
Current ET record holder, Tim Molnar. He is lined up in the far lane. 2 great cars. Sloan with a 373 and a 9 in round number 1. Just a couple hundredths off of Molnar. Top bulbs on. Pro nitrous. Unfortunately for Sloan Jr., on the throttle too quickly, turns on the red light. That one's done. 377 with an 8, identical ETs at 377 with an 8, but obviously the winner of the 2 to Tim Molnar in an 038 green light.
It's definitely going to be decided on the starting line.
Yeah, the final round, 376 to a 377. Should be a great final here as well.
Boy, that track is getting hot. You can see those cars dancing around there. The atmospheric temperature, 87 degrees out now. They got their work cut out for them.
Molnar last time down the drag strip. Put a 377 on the board with an 038 light, an 010 light for Wilson, and put a 376 on the board.
Yeah, just a 100th of a second separating these 2 cars. So both of them will have to be on their game and crew chiefs will have to make it go down through there without shaking or spinning.
Yeah, they've been on the game at the starting line all day. Wilson 007 light, round 1. 014 light for Molnar. This should be quite a battle.
This will be to see if we have a repeat winner from Columbus. The only one has that shot.
That music power underneath the hood for Wilson. Wilson in, top bulb on. For Wilson has to lift, and that's all it takes for Molnar to take the win. 376. How about an 023 light for Molnar? Better there as well to an 036 light. Still very tight, but at the end of the day, it was Molnar who's able to stay in the throttle to the stripe.
Wilson's car just couldn't get down the racetrack in these hot conditions. Molnar, that tricky Ricky, he's been down a few hot racetracks, doing that thing right down the racetrack to a win.
Right down Broadway, as they would say. So Tony Wilson did have a shot at the double. Unfortunately, not able to seal the deal.
Well, you can see it right there. Start spinning the tires and shaking, turn the car to the left, have to lift out of the throttle. And when cars are that close, one little blip of the throttle and it's all over.
Great battle in Pro Nitrous, as we expected.
Tim, congratulations taking home the Ironman here today. What enabled you to outrace your competition?
Ricky Smith. That's all it takes. Ricky Smith, Chad Hester, my wife. You know, we put this car together a week ago, and this is the first time out with it. Couldn't have gone any better.
As anticipated, we had some great racing here today. Hope you enjoyed all the action. For Kristen Beat and Kristen Banks and my colleague Tommy Johnson Jr., I'm Ken Stout. We'll see you next time with the IHRA.